everyone, welcome back to my channel. This is today's look. I always get asked how to do a smoky eye. Smoky eyes look so hard, I don't want to look like a raccoon. You can do a smoky eye simply, but it doesn't have to have color all over the eye. Of course you can do that, but I'm showing you in this video a very easy, simple, subtle smoky eye using soft shades. I use a lot of rose gold in this look and blackened browns and a little bit of blue thrown in. So this is the look that we're doing today. It's a subtle smoky eye. I love wearing this to work, or during warm weather periods I'll throw this on to get a little bit of drama. I have a soft sheen on my cheeks and a nude lip, so this is what I came up with for a subtle smoky eye. Great for dark skin, but anybody could do this. This is the look we're doing today, so without further ado, let me go. My face has already been prepped. Moisturizer, primer. The primer that I used is this one from Makeup Forever. I just put it on the areas where I'm just going to put a little bit of product to cover my hyperpigmentation. So I'm going to start with my eyebrows first, and I'm just going to gently brush them. I try to keep my eyebrows looking very full and natural looking, so you're not going to see very heavily blocked out sculpted eyebrows. Of course, that you could do that if that's your choice, but for my eyebrows I'm going to be using two products here. This one is from Glossier. This is their Boy Brow, and I'm going to use this pencil, which I think is Rich Brunette or Dark Brunette from Colourpop. I like to actually brush my eyebrows first. This color is the color black, which is really just a soft black. So I'm going to comb my eyebrows and then fill in the sparse areas with the pencil. So you see, eyebrows are done. Still very full looking, but not super sculpted. Now I'm going onto the eyes. I'm going to prime my eyes using these two products. So this is the MAC 24-Hour Extend Eye Base. Absolutely my favorite, even better than the Urban Decay Primer Potion. And then I'm going to layer a MAC Paint Pot. This is the Constructivist Pro Longwear Paint Pot. So it's a reddish brown cream base that I'm going to use as the base of my color. I'm going to just scoop out a little bit of it with my palette knife. Just put a tiny bit. This is enough for both eyes. And I'm going to prime my eyelids. You don't need both. I have just been doing this process for a very long time. I like this method. The Extend Eye Base actually helps smooth out the skin a little bit, as well as forming a barrier between your eye products and the natural oils on your eye. Take the eye base from the paint pot and just apply this using my fingers. My fingers are clean, and just apply that all over the lid. The next step, eye product. I am using a number of brushes, just two brushes. So I have this is my MAC, I think this is the 217, one of my favorite brushes. So it is a dome shaped, somewhat flattened blending brush, and I'm using this new brush that I just picked up from Smith Cosmetics. This is the Smith 230. So it's a slightly more pointed, detailed brush. So this is what I can use in my crease. and it helps blend out your eyeshadow very well. In my crease, I'm going to use MAC Cork, one of my favorite transition colors. Apply a little bit of that to my brush and start in my crease. Your crease is basically where your orbital bone ends, so you can actually feel your crease. And I'm just going to apply shadow right along there, even if you can't see it. If you have monolids or hooded eyebrow, a hooded eye, you can feel for the orbital bone right here. And I'm just applying this shadow in that area. This is just to help blend the colors that I'm going to use on my lid, and to help smooth out the base that I applied. So I'm starting at the crease and I'm moving my way up. Light circular strokes. Everything must be smooth. That's why blending is super important. And I'm not putting that much on the brush. As you can see a little bit of color on my lid, but it's very smooth. You're not seeing any harsh lines. Next step, my actual lid color. So I'm actually going to use this product from Colourpop. It's called Lala, and it's a beautiful shimmery rose gold shade. Absolutely one of my favorites. I find that these Colourpop products are best applied with your fingers. You can use any champagne, taupe, rose gold. You can even use a light bronze if you want, a light gold color. This is just the one that I've chosen to use today, and I'm going to use my fingers because it has a gel-like texture to it. And I'm going to apply that all over the lid. One of my favorite colors. And I'm going to use my Smith 230 brush to help blend out that edge. So the product is all over the lid. Taking my Smith brush and blend out that edge. And let the color fade out as you get to the outer part of the eye. So my eyelids are done, the main part of it. Now this is the smoky part. I am using Makeup Forever eyeshadow ME 624, an absolutely beautiful blackened brown shade with flecks of gold in it, tiny flecks of gold. It's super smooth. I love this Makeup Forever formula. They hit it out of the park pretty much for all of their eyeshadows. So you don't have to use black to create a smoky eye. You can use browns, you can use dark grays, you can use blues, greens, pretty much anything. But the idea is to start small and then build up, or start with a little bit of product and then build up as you go. I am going to keep the product focused on the outer V. So this area right here, from the outer crease to the outer lash line, and I'm going to build it up slowly. Applying a little bit with on my brush. Not much at all. And then I'm going to start building that color. Start at the outer corner and blend in. Start at the outer corner and blend in, and I'm trying to keep this to the outer third of the eye, so I'm not going in too far. And then you blend. This is how you get a soft, smoky eye. That's easy to do. Great for when the weather is warm but you still want a little bit of drama on your eye. And I'm using the MAC 217 brush. If there's one brush from MAC that I recommend, it's going to be this one. So just blend, and you can see the smokiness has begun, and compared to the other side that hasn't been done yet. and you're going to continue to build. Start small and then you work your way up. Apply a little bit of product and blend, and continue to blend. And then you can take your other brush and blend out that outer edge to make sure they're smooth. You don't want any harsh lines. You want everything to be blended and smooth, and just keep going back and forth, so you see it's very, very soft. And it's great. This is great enough for every day. Even if you want to go to work with this look, this is actually really, really good. So keep working at it until you get your desired smokiness. It's easier to add than it is easier to take away. So err on being a little bit more cautious when it comes. Not cautious, cautious is not the word that I want to use. Beauty is supposed to be fun. If it doesn't work out, take it off and start over if you want. But all I mean to say is that start small. Start with a little bit of product. Don't load up your brush, and then blend it, and then add more as you see fit. So I have smoked out the upper lid, so you can see very slight darkening of the outer crease. And what I also did is that whatever is left on my brush, I'm not adding any new product, I just kind of drag that color along the crease, so you're forming like a C shape around the eye. And then I'm using light flicks to kind of blend that color outward. So drag whatever's left, so you're kind of giving the eye a little bit more shape. So that is a smoke. If you find that you've lost some of the color, that the main color you put on your lid, you can just add a little bit more of that, but I like how this is looking so far. Next, the lower lash line. I'm going to add some additional smokiness to the lower lash line. I am using a Tarte Smolder Eyes eye pencil in rose gold, a beautiful color. Let's see if I can swatch this a little bit, show you what it looks like. So I am continuing with my rose gold theme. You can use whatever pencil. I love using eyeshadow pencils, especially when it's warmer. They're very convenient. You can just throw it on the eye, blend it out a little bit. It's super smooth, super creamy. It helps set. A lot of them last a long time, not all of them. This is a good formula. The ones from Makeup Forever are good formulas. Somebody decided to do some cleaning outside while I'm trying to film a video, you understand? Anyway, this one is an Amazonian clay waterproof liner. So this is a waterproof product, and I'm going to add this to my lower lash line and lower waterline. So your lash line is basically the area of skin where your lashes grow out of. So I'm just going to add that to my lower lash line. I'm going to apply a thin line all the way to the inner corner, outer corner to inner corner. And I always have to apply extra product to the corners of my eyes, because for some reason it doesn't hold product as well, especially on that eye. So you see I have product on my lower lash line, and I'm going to take my Smith brush with a little bit of that cork just to blend the edges out a little bit. Again, blending is key to getting a smooth, seamless, professional looking look. The pencils. So I am going to start with the Ardency in Modster pencil. It's a smooth ride, a supercharged eyeliner, and this is their black color. This is also a waterproof pencil, and it's super black. I'm going to apply that to the outer third of my eye, including my waterline. So just draw that in. Make sure getting the black in the corner of the eye. So you can see that smokiness is starting again. Just apply a little bit of it and then you can blend out. I'm actually going to use my MAC 217 brush and start blending that cream color out before it sets. Because it is waterproof, it's going to dry down, so you have a little bit of playtime. And this is how you create your smoky eye. You don't need to apply too much. And I like to make sure I get it in my waterline as well. And you could also tight line your upper waterline if you want. I'm not going to do this for this tutorial. And continue adding and blending just to the outer third of the eye. So you can see the smokiness on the lower lash line. Now I'm going to add a little bit more of color on my eye, and I'm going to use the Makeup Forever Aqua Eye Pencil XL, and this is the color S20. It's another waterproof long wear pencil, and this is a blue color. I love using blue on my eyelids, especially on my lower lash line, because I get the darkness with a bit of color, but it's not super intense. So if you want to make your smoky eye a little less intense, you can use a color that's other than black. So browns, I love using navy pencils, and blue pencils look amazing on brown skin, brown eyes, absolutely beautiful. So I'm going to apply that the middle of my eye, the middle third of my eye, and blend it with the black a little bit and pull it towards the inner part of my eye. So you can see that color there. If you want, this is where you can add another type of colored pencil. I love playing with different colors: purple, green, lighter blues, teals. You can even do yellow if you have a nude color, if you have pinks, pretty much even reddish brown eye pencils, bronze pencils. This is where you can play with color. If you want to experiment with color on your eyes but you're afraid, the lower lash line and the lower waterline is the ideal place to start with. So I'm just going to use this and continue lining my lash line. So I have a smoky eye with a touch of color, but it's not super intense. So you can see I added the blue, and if you want to see what the blue looks like, that's the blue that I added right there in the middle. And I'm going to add the last bit just to reinforce that kind of goldish color on my eye. I am taking another Makeup Forever pencil, waterproof pencil, and this one is ME42. This is more of a gold. I'm just adding that to the inner corner. Eyes are pretty much done. Now I'm going to add mascara. I'm using the Makeup Forever Excessive Lash Mascara. This is not an accident. This is not like sponsored by Makeup Forever, but I am enjoying using their products right now. So the brush is very small, and it allows me to get to my tiny lower lashes. I'm going to apply mascara top and bottom. Layer as much mascara as you want. You can even add falsies. I'm not going to in this tutorial because I want to keep this look easy and simple. And for some people, falsies might be the next step. So apply copious amounts of mascara, top and bottom lashes, and I'll be back. So I added lashes. You can see I have my lashes on. So I'm going to just clean up. At some point I'm going to clean up this extra bit of eyeshadow that I have right in this area here, but I'm going to move on to the skin, and I'm going to actually just apply product to the areas that I actually need it, or that I feel that I need it. You don't always have to apply product all over the skin, especially when the weather is warm. You want to definitely spot treat your areas. So I'm going to first start off with a Cover FX Custom Cover Drops, and this is in the shade N100. I like using this shade because it has a very slight it has a reddish undertone to it that helps me color correct, and I like mixing it with other products. Actually, you're supposed to mix it. It's not meant to be applied straight to the skin, but I'm only using just a little bit of it. So you see that color right there, you see how it has that reddish tone to it. And then I'm going to use the Makeup Forever Ultra HD foundation, and I'm just going to apply a drop there, and I'm going to only apply it to the areas that I need. I'm going to take my palette knife and mix the two shades that I have together. So this is what it looks like mixed, and I'm going to apply that right here. Thin layers until I could get the desired look. My goal is not to obliterate that color. My goal is to just lessen its impact. I'm going to apply that, and then I'm going to take a little bit of it and apply it just to the outer area of my eye to kind of clean up that mess and to help bring the look together. You can do the same thing with concealer if you like, if you need a little bit more coverage. I have bags under my eyes, but that's hereditary. I don't have dark under eye circles. So really I just need some brightening and just cleaning up of the area. Just to make the look a little bit more polished, as you can see. And then whatever's left over, I'm just going to apply to areas where I know I'm going to apply additional product. But these layers are super thin. Super thin. I want my skin to look like skin. I don't want any heavy amount of product. Again, use your foundation to even out skin tone. Use your concealer to do the heavy lifting if you have blemishes that you want to cover. But because I don't need that much product on the skin, I just stick with this foundation. I'm just going to put a little bit around the corners of my mouth just because I have a little bit of product left over. So you can see I added just enough to kind of even out the skin tone without obliterating all the natural tones in my skin, which is exactly what I was looking for. Now I'm going to set. Typically I don't usually set because I have very dry skin and I do like a more dewy finish, but when it gets to be very warm, I like to damp down some of the oils that I do get on my face, especially in the middle of my face. So I absolutely love this product. It's the original No Color powder from RCMA. You may have heard of it. It is fantastic. It is a translucent powder that applies no color to the skin. So any and everybody could use this. I have dark skin and this powder looks white, but because it's silica based, once it hits the skin, any oil or moisture that's on the skin, it attaches to those oil particles and it becomes transparent. Basically, that's how this silicone powder works. I never ever bake. If you bake, especially with a powder like this, you may run the risk of getting flashback or flashback on the skin. I don't bake. I don't think it's necessary. I like my skin to look like skin. So I'm just going to apply very little. I'm going to use this super fluffy brush from Sephora. This is the Sephora Pro Featherweight Blending Brush in the number 93. As you can see, it's very soft. I think these may be synthetic hairs, I don't remember, but it's very soft, so it applies powder very lightly. So I'm just going to get some powder that's in the cap, make sure that powder is in there, and I'm going to roll the powder in the places that I need to set. So you see it's going on my skin and you're not seeing any color being left behind. So I'm going to brush that, pat that in. So this will cut down shine. This product is also great if you do men's makeup, especially if that person is going on camera. This is great. You can just apply a little bit of this to their shiny areas, so they don't look shiny on camera, but you can still see all the texture in their skin. Very, very light amount. I completely recommend this product. It does not impart a color on the skin, so you don't have to worry about it looking too yellow or whatever. And I like to just press and roll that into the skin. I'm going to use that same brush and use a finishing powder, which is different from a setting powder. This powder gives the skin a little bit of a different effect. It doesn't set the makeup. And you don't have to do this step. I just love using this product. This is the Hourglass Ambient Lighting Palette, and I'm going to use the color Dim Light. So this is what the palette looks like. This is what the palette looks like. So this is Radiant Light, Incandescent Light, and Dim Light. This Dim Light has a matte finish to it, so I'm just going to put a little bit of that. This is the color I'm using. A little bit of that, and apply that under the eye. It helps smooth out and blur the skin, which is what I'm using it for. So it looks as if you have a dim light on your face. I love this palette. It's absolutely fantastic. I recommend that you can get either this palette, or they sell the individual shades or products in these smaller sizes as well too. Look on the Sephora webpage for these items. Whatever is left on my brush, I'm just going to like brush it along. I did not add any eyebrow highlight. I wanted the focus to be on the eyelid itself. You can add a little bit of a matte shadow to the eyebrow just to highlight it a little bit. If you have a little bit of your bronzer, you can also add a little bit there, but nothing too striking. I don't want the eyes to be focused on the brow bone. I want to have a lifted look, and I'm just going to allow the natural pigmentation of my skin to do that. But if you want, you can add I could even add a little bit of this ambient lighting powder, the one in, I'm going to mix the Radiant Light and the Dim Light and add that to the top there, just as a little bit of highlight. Nothing major. And I can just brush that out to make sure it blended properly. Great. So the skin looks great, and I have a little bit of smoke on the eyes. My last few products, cheeks, Becca Luminous Blush in Snapdragon. Oh, absolutely gorgeous, absolutely gorgeous. But this has a light finish, which is buildable. So even if you're lighter skin, don't be afraid of using this color. But dark skin ladies, oh, this is a must. See that? Because of the formulation, you can apply it very lightly, and it gives a radiance to the skin with basically a snapdragon color. It's a perfect shade name for this. I absolutely love it. And I'm using a fluffy angle brush to do that. My eyes, because my focus of the eyes, I want to keep everything else pretty neutral. Not neutral, but I don't want to overpower the look on the eyes. And I'm going to use Melanie Mills Hollywood Gleam Body Radiance in the color Peach Deluxe, which is a peach liquid highlighter that you could actually use on the body. So I'm just going to use this tiny bit, and I'm going to highlight the skin and blend that out. Great for the face, great for the body, and gives a glow to the skin. And you need a tiny bit, and this dries down. This is actually a body makeup, and this dries down to a satin finish, with a glow. So if you're older and you want your skin to glow, this is a great product to use because it doesn't have any chunky glitter and it just gives the skin a glow. Just blend that into the skin, and it's peach colored, so it's ideal for all skin tones. All of her colors are ideal for all skin tones, but this has enough warmth to it where dark skin looks great, and it still works very well for people who have lighter skin. So you can just see that subtle glow. It's subtle, but it's there, you know, so love that. Finally, and this is the end of the look, the lips. I sometimes will just rock this with lip balm, which is what I have on my lips now. You can put a nude lipstick on. One of my favorites is Truffle by Smashbox. Oh, love this color. If you can't find that color, you can always use, this is the lip bar in Chocolate Spitzer. I have featured this on my blog before. You can also use that. Black owned beauty brand, and this is from the lip bar. Or another one that I have used on my blog before, this is the Senna Cosmetics lip lacquer in leather. It's basically a brown nude lip gloss, the color of leather. And this is what it looks like. It's a gorgeous color. Let's see if I can get this to focus. Yeah, that's what it looks like. You could put lip liner if you want, but I like how this looks without the lip liner. And that's it. That's the makeup look. I hope you enjoyed this look. Let me know what you think. Perfect for this summer to add a little bit of drama. Make sure you subscribe to my channel below. I'll have everything that I use listed in the description bar in a blog post below. Click like, subscribe to my channel, subscribe to my email newsletter, and that's it. I hope you enjoyed this look. Let me know what you think, and I'll catch you in the next video. Laters.